If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, it's the Red Carpet Reign featuring TBK, the Turnbuckle King. Got a good one for you guys today. We are here back talking about the recent episode of Monday Night Raw. We are talking about Rhea Ripley returns on Monday Night Raw on WWE Raw. Confronts Dominik Mysterio while Liv Morgan flees. Let's talk about it. Of course, we're going to go over what went wrong with Monday Night Raw. And of course, stay tuned. We are going to go to the bonus round. We here live on YouTube, Facebook, and X. We will stay on all those platforms until we get to the bonus round. But before we begin, let's see who came into the ring. We got Tyler Helton, salute to you. We got Black Boy Benz from X, salute to you. Appreciate you coming out. He said Damian Priest a snitch. We gonna talk about it. Black Boy Benz, you on one. You definitely right. He is a snitch. El Champion. We gonna talk about him too. He's the bonus round guy. Tyler Helton, Liv Morgan versus Rhea at SummerSlam. Let's go. Yeah, it's definitely a good scenario. Definitely something to talk about, guys. Yeah, definitely a good one, though. No doubt about it. So we're going to see what the whole case may be with this whole Raw. Definitely a good one, though. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen next. Definitely interesting to see what's going to happen, though. Somebody will get that work.
Get that work, son.
Somebody will get that work today. But yeah, we gonna see what's going on this episode of Monday Night Raw. Figure 4 TV salute. Black Boy Ben said bro code. He definitely did. He definitely did do that. TBK and Tao salute. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one, guys. Very interesting episode of Monday Night Raw. Definitely one. Definitely very interesting episode, to say the least. Definitely interesting one. But yeah, guys, this is going to be an interesting one. And make sure you hit the like button as you come into the ring, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Like I said, we'll be on X and Facebook for a little while, but we're eventually going to work our way to YouTube. So come over to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. I see Black Boy Benz came from X. Come on to YouTube. Definitely, though. I think CM Punk is best in mic skills. Definitely interesting to see regarding that. Definitely interesting, but CM Punk. But meanwhile, guys, we stay tuned for the bonus round. You don't want to miss that. Like I said, once again, we're going to talk about Damian Priest and his run as the El Champion and see has he been the best El Champion? Because I have some concerns with Mr. El Champion and to see if he's really doing his job as El Champion. So we gonna definitely talk about that one as well to see what's going on with Damian Priest, his current run as the world champion, if he's the best world champion or whatever the case may be. But this is definitely something that needs to be discussed here. So we're gonna talk about that too. We have not forgotten about that scenario as well. But with that being said, though, we are going to get into we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. Let's get into that. Let's see what the whole case may be and see what scenario of how this thing started. So let's talk about this whole ordeal. Get to that shortly. But before we begin, as usual, you guys already know, let's talk about we're going to talk about the whole, of course, the match card. Let's go over that real quick. Let's go over the match card of what was advertised, I should say. And this is the match card here for Monday Night Raw. Let me get to that right now. This is the match card for Raw. Now we got the match card here. As you see, we had the main event was you had Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio teaming up with Rey and Zelina Vega. You had a six-man tag of Judgment Day and Carlito versus Awesome Truth and Braun Strowman. We have, of course, another six tag for women's. Then Jay Uso and Chad Gable. I don't like Damian Priest's long-term championship. Same with Logan Paul too. Oh yeah, we gonna get to him. Now ain't no Damian Priest. Oh no, I'm not hating on him either. But we gonna talk about in the bonus round. We gonna save that though. But other than that though, guys, we are going to we're gonna get on with the program of what happened with the show. Let's get into that right now. So let's see. We had CM Punk. We had a promo battle between CM Punk. He cut a promo. If you guys remember, that's the beginning of the show. It was CM Punk and Seth Rollins with the whole promo battle. Pretty much him and Seth Rollins going back and forth. I think this was solid though, guys. Solid. Definitely a solid one. Seth and CM Punk went back and forth. They had a good back and forth, guys. They had a good segment. It was them two going over the whole world championship. You know, CM Punk was talking about Drew. You know, it started off with that. Then, of course, Seth got in. His music hit right away. Talk about the whole ordeal with that. It just went bananas with there. It just went whole bananas with that. It was definitely an interesting one, to say the least. Definitely an interesting one. I was like, wow. I felt like Bray Wyatt, yowzy pretty much, you know. But it was interesting though. Definitely interesting. It was definitely a promo. I know Seth Rollins cooked. He got on CM Punk saying, you know, I'm above you and all that stuff. It was crazy. I'm above you and you're fragile. And now, you know, CM Punk talks about his issue with Drew McIntyre. Now it's shifting. Now it's going to Seth Rollins. Now he's shifting towards CM Punk because he created a problem for him. That's going to be crazy because these two, we know that they had history together. We know that there's beef between these two. We know there's beef between them, but now it's definitely getting to the point where it's between Seth. As I stated before, it's Seth and CM Punk. We know that this was going on for quite some time. We know that that's what it's coming to now. We knew that's where it was going, and it's just crazy how everything come full circle. It's a wild one, to say the least. Definitely a wild one, guys. So it's crazy though. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's definitely crazy. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Of Seth and CM Punk. So I would love to see where things gonna go next between these two. Seth and CM Punk, they need it. We wanted this feud, and now it's pretty much gonna be there. So I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next with these two, because it's gonna be a very interesting feud. But we want to see Drew versus CM Punk. At least I want to see that. You know, I want to see how that's gonna go down, and it will be very interesting, very good. You know, because pretty much according to Seth Rollins, CM Punk is on his list.
You just made the list!
So this is gonna be a good feud steaming up. So I can't wait to see what the next move gonna be for these two. Seth, CM Punk. Remember, this was supposed to originally happen at WrestleMania, and it didn't because of CM Punk's injury. But now, I don't know how they're gonna figure this. Now, some people are saying, it say too that it may be a 4-way match, a triple threat of CM Punk, Seth, and Drew McIntyre, or CM Punk, Seth, Drew, and Damian, a 4-way match. But it's going to be interesting how WWE's going to play this with these two. This is a very good way to kick off Raw. CM Punk told Seth Rollins, I know you got a family, but he insulted my wife and my dog. He said it's personal for him. And then I like what Seth was saying, you don't never take accountability, Punk. And Punk said he apologized. He said, even for you. He said, I'm sorry I interfered in your business, Seth. He intentionally mean it. But I think CM Punk has intentions. Think about it. When CM Punk attacked Drew McIntyre at Money in the Bank, he was sitting with the world title and he looked at it, meaning CM Punk wants to be world champion too. And I think when CM Punk said that to Seth, I think he did intentionally want to get Seth. He even said it later. So CM Punk was being a politician at this point.
Spoken and spun like a true politician. I mean,
yeah, this is he was definitely being a politician at this one. Definitely. Dominik Mysterio, YouTube, Dominik Mysterio, Brandon Sudith. Can you say my name, Brandon? Salute to you. Make sure you hit that like button as you come in, Brandon. I'm doing you a favor. Do me a solid to hit that like button and like and subscribe to keep the notification bell when I do these weekly Monday Night Raw reviews, as well as NXT and SmackDown and the PLEs. I appreciate you coming out, though. But yeah, guys, this is going to be interesting, though. Definitely interesting to see what's going on with these two. So Seth and CM Punk is going to be at it. This is a feud that's going to happen. We wanted this feud. Remember when CM Punk first came back, him and Seth was already at it. Remember Seth Rollins told CM Punk he hated him. You guys remember that. He did say that, though. Let's not forget that part either. Yeah, Brian, make sure you hit that like button, man. I appreciate you coming out, though, man. Thank you for coming by, man. But also that, guys, it's gonna be crazy, guys. It's gonna be crazy. This is gonna be a good way. This is a good way to kick off Monday Night Raw. We knew that Drew was suspended. We knew that CM Punk. Of course, he went back later on to ask to get. He asked to get Drew's suspension lifted so he can have a match with a one-on-one. He talked to Adam Pearce later on. Adam Pearce said he's gonna have a meeting with Drew next week. Which they did, which we will talk about. They have that going on. Drew McIntyre do return. Let's not forget about that. But also, it was just a good insult trading back and forth between Seth and him. Lights are looking good. Thank you, guys. Brandon said, "I've watched in WWE. I watch it every Monday. A little Seth Rollins, Dominik Mysterio, John Cena, The Rock, and everybody like that." Yeah, appreciate that, Brandon. Appreciate that, man. So you're a WWE lifelong fan, sound like to me. That's solid, man. That's definitely solid, my man. But anyway, back to Seth and CM Punk. I think what's going to happen is going to come back to bite CM Punk. What's going to come back to bite CM Punk? I believe in this whole thing. Now that Seth Rollins is in the talking about it, I believe that since CM Punk did screw Drew again, and I said this before, he screwed Seth and he made Damian Priest look bad as a champion. Because Damian, we know, has been a very questionable champion. But I think it's going to come back to bite. It's going to come back to bite CM Punk. That's what I think is going to happen with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, the little feud they have going on. Definitely. It's going to be a good insult that, and CM Punk said, Seth Rollins told CM Punk got his eye on him. And he said, too, CM Punk, he told CM Punk, I'm above you, just not with the heels he wearing. So it's gonna be very, very very interesting to see where the storyline goes next. Yeah, it'll be a triple threat or a four-way. I like how Dominik and Liv Morgan pretty much like dating. Yeah, we'll get to that too, Brandon. Tyler said we want to see Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Damian versus Drew. Yeah, either or. I am Ben. Salute to you. Said Damian loses to the Ring General for sure. We gonna see what happens though. But this was a good way to kick off Monday Night Raw. Now, later on, we had a match. The first match. Remember, we had Jay Uso versus Chad Gable. Remember, they had their one-on-one match. They had a good one-on-one match that was on there. Now, with this particular match, I want to say too that Chad Gable and Jay Uso, we know they both was in the Money in the Bank match. We know that was going on, and they end up. It was crazy how that went down with these two. This was another match for Raw. Another match that happened was Jay Uso versus Chad Gable. Now this match was. We knew these two was gonna come to blows at some point. We knew that was gonna happen, and we knew that it was coming down to that. We knew that was gonna come down to that between Jay Uso and Chad Gable, but unfortunately, Jay Uso got the win. Remember, he got the win on Chad Gable, and he got the win because Chad Gable was distracted. Chad Gable was distracted. We got to keep that in mind too. And when they got distracted, that caused Jay Uso to get the pinfall on Chad Gable. But we know afterwards as well that it was a little interference from, we had a little interference from YS6. And I would mention that as well. Because it was okay match. Like I said, it was a good way to kick off Monday Night Raw. But Jay Uso defeated Chad Gable with a spear. Chad Gable saw Y6 coming. Did y'all laugh how Jay Uso got out that ring so quick? He did the yeet thing, then he ran up out of that ring. That was amazing, man. That was undisputed what Jay did. Undisputed. But we know what you did, JJ. You was talking all that crap about the Fireflies. Said you was talking all the stuff about Y6. Then when they come on the scene to make their debut, you told Chad Gable, I don't want the Fireflies. I'll take cockroach. I'll take anything. I don't want it. But we know what you did, Jay.
I didn't know that. You know what you did. I know what you're talking about. I swear and swear. You know what you're a legend, man.
We know exactly what you did. We know what you did, though. This was crazy. Brandon Sutter said, love the live. I appreciate that, man. Damian will see another victory by interference. Figure 4. Damian is making enemies in his own group. Honestly, I see them screwing that match. Good point, I am Benz. We will retract. We will go back to that comment later on the show. But yeah, this was crazy. Jay Uso and Chad Gable. This was a funny match. It wasn't so much. It was just funny how Jay just ran up out that ring, and then Chad Gable, of course, saw YS6. They gave Nikki Cross gave the note to this time. I think the tape to Pat McAfee because Michael Cole said, "I'm not doing it this time. You take it." Interesting though, very very interesting to see that happen. Very interesting, guys. Very very interesting. It was funny though. And also, did you guys peep how CM Punk took shot at AEW? That was funny. He it was a diss towards AEW. What he that was crazy too. If you guys remember that part of the segment, I forgot I left that part out. That was a quiet diss towards AEW, and I don't know if you guys overlooked it or missed out on it, but he was dissing them. That was interesting. I thought that was funny. Very, very funny when he said that. So He was not playing. He said there's actually people on this side of the camera. That was a subliminal diss towards AEW. It was a funny and great line. Funny. And so we know that there's no love lost between CM Punk and AEW. There's actually people outside the camera. So it was funny. Definitely funny. Brandon Hughes at the Monday Night Raw in Canada. That's what's up. Is that what you're referring to? That's funny. What CM Punk said, but that's dope if you went there. That was dope if you went to that live. But yeah, other than that though, that was a good live between very good segment between those two. But also, guys, also between that happened this show, like I said, get back to another good segment of the show. We gotta talk about Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn got that work, man. He got that work. Good segment between these two. It was pretty much saying that this feud is long from over. Long from over. This is a long it continues on. The Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker feud continues. Because Sami Zayn cut a promo. He stated saying that, hey, I defeated Braun Breaker. He took me for granted. He said he always been the underdog. Sami Zayn said it. No one thought that he could beat Gunther. He did. No one thought that him and Kevin Owens could win the tag team titles from the Usos at Mania. He did. No one thought he could beat Braun Breaker at Money in the Bank. He did, and he retained his belt. And Braun Breaker was going to give his respect to Sami Zayn, but he gave Sami Zayn a spear. He gave him a spear. I was like, whoa, he gave him a spear. That was crazy because he was about to talk and he's hit with spear. And then he came around. We know that Sami Zayn, he tried to be the best, have his ring awareness, but Braun got that speed and he just hit him like, boom, he got him. He got him nasty. That was a nasty one, man. He definitely gave it to him. But it was interesting though. But other than that though, this was a very, very good segment of Sami and Braun Breaker. This lets me know that the feud is going to continue on. Expect a match between Sami and Braun Breaker at SummerSlam. Expect that going on. Definitely expect that. We're going to definitely get a good feud between these two. And I do see Braun Breaker eventually at the end of the day becoming Intercontinental Champion. But they're going to let Sami hold on to the belt a little bit longer. So let's not forget about that. But we're going to have that. We're going to have that. Very good segment, though. Very good setup of continuing this feud between Sami, Intercontinental Champion, versus Braun Breaker, who's been dope, too. But let's talk about another part of the show. We're going to talk another part of the show, guys. We're going to talk about Mr. Damian Priest, El Champion, versus Seth freaking Rollins. They're going to run that back. Now, they had a backstage segment. Guys, and Damian Priest threw out the gentleman's agreement. Remember, he threw that little agreement out. Remember, Seth Rollins couldn't compete for the world title no more. As long as Damian was champion, had Seth lost, which he did. But we both know how that finish ended. It did not end on Damian's terms. Seth did lose, but not the way we want that Damian anticipated for it. Interference with, Drew cashing in, then CM Punk interfering, costing everybody. That's not how Damian wanted to go down. That's not how he wanted to be seen as champion. Also, Damian said since he knew that Seth even agreed to that, despite all that, Seth agreed saying, I'm going to stay out the world title picture. But that's what he wants. That's what he said to CM Punk. He wants to be world champion more than anything. And Damian Priest said, you know what? I'm going to throw that agreement out. And that was actually a very noble of Damian to do that. He threw it out. But, we know that these two are going to eventually butt heads again. And, Damian told Seth, anytime, any place. I know we was shocked to hear that at first, but That's what Damian said. I'm surprised he even threw that agreement out. But we know why, because of the finish at Money in the Bank.
Tell me you did not just say that.
Yeah, so that was amazing. I'll give Damian credit for that. But we know that Damian was getting help. We know he's getting a lot of help. Definitely. I am being said now, bro. I'm telling Dominik's going to win that belt with Liv help somehow. So you're talking about the Intercontinental Championship. I thought you meant Dom going to win the world title. I said, what? But you said Sami's going to lose the belt to Dom. I predict that. It's a good scenario. Honestly, Braun's going to lose again, but he's going to look strong still. Good point. Who is Gunther going to feud with after he wins? There's no long-term booking. Gunther winning the title SummerSlam. Another good point. Braun's winning the IC belt. I think Braun's going to win the IC belt, especially going to continue this feud with Sami, because Sami is going to give Braun another opportunity. No more shows in Canada. They would definitely take that title off him now. Tiffany Town will be a Canadian hometown hero for a while. Well, Tiffany is from Minnesota. She's not from Canada. Chelsea was the hometown girl from Canada. She didn't win. If Dom doesn't get to the IC title picture next week, I can't see how that's happening. Yeah, Dominik needs a title, but it won't be that title. Damian ain't noble. He a snitch. Well, I mean, he's noble for lifting that agreement. He is a snitch. I am best. I'm talking about lifting that agreement. You said, I'm telling you, bro, Sami gonna be Braun again. Then he'll feud with Dominik. Why do you think Dominik they gonna win that belt of all titles? That's the crazy part. That would be interesting. Why would he win that belt of anything? Judgment Day as a whole is in breaking up phase. No, you give them titles. That's what I'm thinking. No, they're kicking out people phase. They're reshaping that group. I don't know. With Rhea coming back, I don't see much more of a Judgment Day because Rhea was very upset with Mr. Dominik Mysterio, guys. But speaking of which, that's who Damian called. Remember, that's what Iron Business referred to. He a snitch, which he is. He said he made a call and he went backstage to talk Judgment Day. Remember, we saw Liv on top of Dominik. He said that he kept a surprise who he made a call to. Because remember, Damian been asking Dom for weeks. You talk to Rhea. You talk to Rhea. Dom said, yeah. And Damian last week was like, well, you couldn't have talked to Rhea. I just talked to her. She said she didn't talk to you. So we knew, Damian knew that was cap coming from Dominik Mysterio.
That's cap. Totally cap.
We knew that was cap. But yeah, he made a phone call, and he definitely made the special phone call to a certain someone, and we're going to get to that later, which will be Rhea Ripley. That's crazy, though. Definitely, he is a snitch. Definitely a snitch. Rhea's about to turn face. Rhea going solo. Damian turning face. I don't think it's going to be much more Judgment Day. Everyone's going to break off. Damian going his own. Rhea going his own. Finn Balor and JD McDonough, so that's his protege on his own. And Dom do his own thing, and he'll be alone. Do you remember when Finn Balor got out the same car as Liv Morgan? Yes, I remember that, Damian. That was we talked about that. You talking about right before Monday Night Raw started a few weeks ago. She's inserting herself in group replacing Rhea, so she wants to take everything away from Rhea. Finn and Liv without Damian is not a group. That's her. Yeah, I like the interaction. Everyone has a good opinion on this situation. But yeah, we're gonna get back to this later on. Most definitely, guys. Most definitely. Let's get to another part of the show. Let's talk about Mr. Bo Dallas. Did you guys hear that segment that he had, Bo Dallas, on Monday Night Raw? That was crazy. He was in Adam Pearce's office. Yep, that was crazy. He was in the office, and we got to see what's going to happen next with Wyatt Six, because Wyatt Six, he been talking, doing the promos and everything, and now Now we see him in Adam Pearce's office. So we gotta see what's gonna happen next. We gotta definitely see what happens next, though, guys. This is gonna be interesting, to say the least. To say the least, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, we gonna see what's gonna happen next. Now we see he's gonna talk to Adam Pearce. Now we're gonna see more. It's like we're gonna get a Bo Dallas slash, Uncle Howdy. We know he's the same person, but we don't get the Bo Dallas persona and the Uncle Howdy persona. That's at least how I see how that's going down. So we're gonna get a little bit of both, though. We will get two characters, but this is gonna be interesting to see where they're gonna go with the storyline. Yep, no fixing it. I think Liv Morgan versus Rhea SummerSlam for Dominik Mysterio. Yeah, RP Bray Wyatt. Salute to him, most definitely. And let's make sure we get the likes up coming in. Let's continue to get those likes up, guys. We talk about Monday Night Raw. We get the bonus round later on. But also, this is going to be interesting where this is going to go next with Mr. Bray Wyatt, brother, which is Bo Dallas. And we're going to see how that's going to go about. But we're going to see more of the Bo Dallas character. I believe we'll see more of that. And we'll see more of the persona, more of how that character shifts and how this whole thing comes about. We will see more of that, no doubt about it. We will see more about that, and we'll see what happens next with Bo Dallas and the whole YS6 and everything else of a sort. So we'll definitely see more of that, guys. It's going to be interesting to see where this YS6 is going because they're taking it slow. They're not wrestling. They're just making an appearance in dark lights, handing over tapes and everything. So we're going to see what's going on here. We're going to definitely see what's going on, period. But I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the YS6 because they still a very, very important part of WWE. And they said it's supposed to be just Monday Night Raw, but they say also they're going to be on SmackDown. So let's keep an eye out for that. We would love to see what's going to happen with the YS6 and everything else and how that comes about. But we want to see what's going to lead to it. Bo Dallas being in the office of, Adam Pearce. We're going to see how that's going to go about. But it's going to be interesting, though. It's going to be very fun and everything. But other than that, though, guys, that's going to be a good thing to see what's going on. Very good thing. So they're gonna do their thing. We know why YS6 is going to be very important part of the whole Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Can't forget that either. Can't forget about that as well. But yeah, this is gonna be solid though. Definitely gonna be solid. Also, we're gonna talk about some more things too on Raw. Like I said, a lot of things to talk about on this Monday Night Raw. What did you guys think of the whole YS6 thing? Where do you think that's going to go eventually? Because there's gonna be we got to see what they're gonna do with that next. We got to see what the next move gonna be for that. Let's see what you guys got to say so far. Oh, you was at the Monday Night Raw. Brandon, how was that Monday Night Raw? That's what I thought you meant. How was that Raw, by the way, in Canada? How was the crowd and everything, man? If you please share that with us, man, at the ring here, man. Tell how was that? How was your experience on Raw at Canada or Ottawa, Canada, if I'm not mistaken? How was your experience there? If you want to share that with us, man, I would like to see how that went down. Tyler said, I need to rewatch the Bray Wyatt documentary. Yeah. Bray Wyatt was my main man. Facts, TBK, you know that's the whole truth. Yes, that's definitely undisputed. RP to Bray Wyatt.
And that is undisputed.
Yeah, definitely interesting. But yeah, that's crazy though. You went to Raw. That's amazing. Next year we War Games Tyler. Okay. But yeah, this is very good thing of the YS6. But let's get on to another solid part of the match. We had another good solid match, man. These two guys was going at it. We just talked about him. We're gonna talk about Dragunov versus Braun Breaker. Remember, they had a good solid match. These two went at it. These two went at it. The Dragon versus Mr. Braun Breaker. These two had a very good match. Very good match between Braun and Ilya. Now we know later on, we know that also that Sami Zayn got involved. But Matt, that dog, Braun Breaker's a dog. But we know this match ended in DQ, and this is when Braun took it upon himself to throw the chair at Ilya. He took the chair, threw it at him, DQ. But this is besides Sami and Braun. Now, I think Iron Benz, you said that Braun is not going to win the IC belt. It could be a good point with that. You could be on point with that one. Very good point with that one. That could be the case. Very good case with that. Very good case. But I think if Braun Breaker don't win the IC title, it's going to be a feud with Ilya Dragunov. It could be that it comes down to. Could be a very good one. So I would like to see where it's going to go with this feud, because I can see this being a good long-term feud if booked correctly. So you guys got to say. Brandon said it was so fun. It's like my first ever WWE. I've been a lifelong fan for WWE forever. That's great, Brandon. Good to hear that. Iron Ben said, let me ask you all this. If they break up the Judgment Day, who replaces them numbers-wise when they bring the ratings? Well, like I said, YS6. Remember, YS6 just started. They're going to be, I think they're going to be on both shows, but mainly Monday Night Raw. So let's not forget about YS6. We got that going on. Let's not forget about that. Good match. Crowd was horrible during the match. Yeah, they were. You saw a new stable form yesterday. The three, yeah. We're going to talk about that too, figure four. Tyler said, I want to see Braun Breaker's world champion. Yeah, we got to give it time, Tyler. We got to be patient. Braun just got to the main roster. I want to see him as world champ too. But let him get the IC belt first at some point, and then he moves on to the world title. It takes time. Look, Damian Priest is world champion. Look how long it took him to become world champion. Damian Priest was on the main roster, almost 4 years before he got the world title. He came on the main roster back in 2020. He won the world title this year. So that's going to take a little while. Maybe not as long as Damian, but it will take some time. So we got to have patience with that. But I'm intrigued to see that as well. What's going to happen with, of course, Braun Breaker winning that title. Think Judgment Day was pushing a strong feminist against the women, leading the men. Yeah, you're talking about mommy's always on top. Mommy's always right. That's what Figure 4 is talking about. But you got a good point, though. Good point. I did see that's the whole agenda they was pushing the entire time. I did see that. So it will be fun to see what happens next. Definitely interested to see what happens next. But definitely good though. Like I said, if Braun Breaker don't win the Intercontinental Championship, we know why. He'll be feuding with Ilya because they never had a proper feud. This match ended DQ. Let's keep that in mind. That's why that went down that way. But this is definitely interesting though. Like I said, so much to talk about here. So much to talk about. But yeah, guys, this is going to be crazy though. Definitely crazy. What else you guys had to say? The YS6 is a great transfer of darkness agenda. Yeah, he's right because Jimmy Uso fell apart. Oh, Jimmy Uso fell apart pretty much. That group pushed Rhea to the moon. You definitely right about that, Iron Benz. Definitely pushed that girl to the moon. And it helped Damian too. But we gonna talk about that one. Absolutely, that's what group was made to do. Promote her and Damian and everyone else are fillers. We'll help Dom too. Dom Mysterio it helped too. Let's not forget about Dom Mysterio. the young Dom Mysterio. Let's not forget about that as well. It also helped him as well of what that was going on. So we can't forget about that part. But yeah, definitely helped that agenda. Now, let's talk about another match. We're talking about Lyra Valkyria, Kaden Carter, and Ekatan Chance versus Damage Control. And we saw the debut of a new group. We saw the debut of not just Zoe and Shayna, but together with Sonya Deville, they came out and attacked Damage Control. Damage Control talked about they need a change, they need something different. They kept saying that for weeks. They even said that before they matched, but they had a good match of very good match, by the way. Lyra Valkyria and Kaden and Katana versus Damage Control, very good. Damage Control got the win, but they got attacked afterwards. Remember, Sonya Deville was still hurt. She returned. That's why she was in a non-wrestling role. But now she's teamed up. She been trying to convince Shayna and Zoe to team up. Shayna was like, no, but they convinced those three to get together. And we got a new stable. As we just talked about stables and groups, now we got a new stable of Shayna, Zoe, and Sonya. And Sonya is back in a wrestling role. Very interesting, guys. Very interesting. And we seen what's going on. Dominik outshines Damian. He does. Definitely. Dominik was the best in the best for 3 years straight. He was that major heat. But yeah, outside the ring. But this, what do you guys think of this, though? We got a new stable, and pretty much we got the very unique alternative group in Shayna, Zoe, and Sonya, if you guys know what I mean. We know Sonya, lives an alternative lifestyle. She just got married to her wife. Shayna's rumored to be dating Dakota Kai, and Zoe Stark, another story for another day of her rumors about her. But this is a very good match, though, guys. I like it when Dominik is. Gunther's been best heel past 3 years. Alongside Roman. Roman's been a good heel, too. I disagree because Damian Priest's problem is he can't get reaction and people to care. Man, you guys have very expressing how you feel about this Raw. But this is a good Raw. This is a good match, though, guys. Very good match between Lyra. She teamed up with Katana and Kaden versus this match. Very good match. And also we had another good match of Pete Dunne versus Pete Dunne faced off against Bronson Reed. Very good, solid match. We had another good match there as well. But let's get to another part of the show. We had the main event, guys. Main event. And the main event, of course, we had a good main event, which is, of course, we had Dominik Mysterio. We had Liv Morgan, the women's world champion. And we also had against I'm sorry, my mind went blank for a second. I'm sorry, but it was going against his dad, Rey Mysterio, and Zelina Vega. And of course, we're going to get to the whole tag team scenario. We know also that it led to, of course, the return of Rhea Ripley. We're going to get to that in a second. Very good, solid match. Very good, solid match. Like I said, I can't go over every single match, but I'll go majority of them. I know we had a good 6 tag of, Awesome Truth and Awesome Truth, Braun Strowman versus the other guys. We talked about that too. But also we had a good main event. Very good main event, guys. Don't want to forget about that. We had a good main event. And this was a very good main event, to say the least. We know all these guys went at it. We know it was Liv Morgan. Her and Zelina Vega had their feud. We also know of Rey Mysterio and his dad. We know that. I'm going to get to that right now. And, of course, the return of Mommy. This is right after the match. But we know this was a very good, solid one. And it seemed like, guys, that I don't know. It seemed like Dominik Mysterio was really getting into the whole Lyra Valkyria. I'm sorry, was getting to Liv Morgan. Excuse me. He's really getting to Liv Morgan and the whole thing they have going on. But this was a good main event. Very good main event. Something about Liv works well with Zelina Vega. It was something good about that picture. I noticed those two worked very well together, and I liked how they was doing that. That was a very good main event that we needed. But I liked how these teams work together. But definitely a good one, guys. This closed out the show, and like I said, I'm talking on this match because we know that Ray has been beating Dominik Mysterio. We know that. Let's be honest. But it was the team of Dom and Liv that won the match. We know that as well. But definitely good though, guys. This was a good. We can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. But I know remember Dominik Mysterio did not want this match. Remember, he told Adam Pearce, he said, Liv set up this match for you guys. What do you mean you don't want it? But it was definitely interesting to say the least with that. And next thing we know, they had the match. It was on. Adam Pearce did not take it off because Adam Pearce, he checked Dom. He said, Dominik Mysterio, I don't know if you remember, you interfered in not one but two women's world title matches. And this is dating back to when Becky was champion, and he interfered in two other matches. So I guess that was Pearce's punishment to Dom. You got to do this match. So this is a very good, solid match. Very good, solid match. Very good, solid match. Let's see what you guys had to say. Oh, you guys got interesting things to say. I like women. Dominik Mysterio and Rey Mysterio had their first fight ever against each other. Definitely. Liv needs to leave. Craig Blackburn, salute to you. Welcome to the ring. He said Liv needs to leave Dom alone. Yeah, Dom been saying he won't leave her alone. Facts, absolutely. Now we agree together that Dom is not the greatest heel. He's the great heel. That's because his dad and his whole story. Definitely. It's about how many trick moves you can do. If you don't care, it won't matter. But this was a good match, though, guys. We know, too, that this led to the return of Mommy. Remember, Liv and Dom was about to kiss, guys. They was about to kiss, and next thing we know, we had Rhea Ripley return. She returned and she got on Dom. It was crazy though. Very crazy though. She came out. It was interesting. It was wild though. Very wild. See how she pushed him away. She is not happy with Dom. Dom, she ain't happy with you, pal. She's very upset with you. It's not a good look. Not a good look. Not a good look for him. Not a good look for him. But this was crazy, right? This was crazy. This was crazy how this went down, man. This was interesting. This was crazy, though. This is going to be a great story. When Dom tried to hug Rhea pulled that Hulk Hogan on him.
No, brother, doesn't work for me right now.
Don't work for her right now. She ain't going for that. Figure 4 TV said Liv messing with Dom, offending Dom. For all we know, she could end with Damian. That's why he snitched. Man, you onto something. You onto something.
And that is undisputed.
You onto something, Figure 4. I like how you think. You says about how believable it is when it comes to being a fan favorite. Flair is not as good as his opponent. That's how Flair became the greatest. classic Lilith versus Eve is not to be good. Sorry, but Liv's not going to lose this. She's not. I don't think so. She's on the tear. She's still the women's world champion. But yeah, man, this was crazy, man. This was interesting to say the very least. You got to keep your eye on Liv Morgan. You got to keep an eye on her because she is a very, very sneaky and slick one. Very slick one. Very, very slick one, guys. Very slick one. You better watch out for her. You better watch out for Miss Liv Morgan because she is going to definitely try to pull one on you. So I will keep an eye on her at all times, if anything, all times. But yeah, this is crazy though. Now, what's crazy about this whole thing is Liv was sneaky, man. And this is what I mean by Liv being sneaky and having an agenda and not be doing what's best interest for what's right. She's doing what's all about Liv. And I'm going to explain that to you guys now. Look what she did. That was so snaky. See how she smiled and snickered? That means she do not care about Dom. That's showing she's using Dom to get back at Rhea. And what's crazy, what's also interesting, guys, on my channel earlier, I did a poll on this. I asked, with Rhea Ripley's return to Raw with the Dominik Liv saga, who should we be mad at? And out of 51 votes, 78% of you blamed Dominik Mysterio and only 22% of you blamed Liv Morgan. Now, you know Liv Morgan came at Dom while Dom was with Rhea, and Dom told Liv, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone, all of that stuff. And it's crazy. You guys are still blaming Dom. Why are you guys blaming Dom Mysterio? This is clearly on Liv Morgan. I just want to notate that this is clearly on Liv. So everyone got their own opinion, but guys, you blaming Dom for this whole saga for Rhea being mad at? I call cap.
That's cap. Totally cap.
No, this is not all on Dom. This is no, I'm sorry, not Rhea, Liv. This is definitely on Liv. I just learned Dominik was not dating Rhea Ripley. Yeah, Dom is married in real life as well as Rhea Ripley just got married in real life. Yeah, real life they're not dating, no. The holsters in hot water, my child. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. I'm actually going to talk about that with Figure 4 TV. We're going to talk about that later on. Brandon Facts on storyline, Rhea fake injury get made to Buddy Murphy. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, it is unbelievable. Figure 4. 78% of you say it's Dom's fault. Again, I gotta say that's cap.
That's cap. Totally cap.
And I gotta say, tell me y'all didn't just say that.
Tell me you did not just say that.
Couldn't believe my ears either. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But it's definitely not on her. Not on him, I mean. It's on her. What in the simple world we living in? I know, right? Luthos Sofote, Ayo, salute to you. What are we watching? The same program? I don't know what program they watching. Masculinity Crisis for real. Definitely, guys. That was the end of the show. And as you can see, Rhea Ripley pushed off Dom, and that will be further explained. Also, guys, let's talk about next week's preview. Also, this was announced for next week. Drew McIntyre returns to Monday Night Raw. You know, like I said, Adam Pearce talked to CM Punk about getting his Drew McIntyre suspension lifted because Adam Pearce will make sure that CM Punk's cleared to wrestle, and they will have their match more likely at SummerSlam, face to face with Gunther, the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, with Damian Priest, the current World Heavyweight Champion, and there will be a one-on-one match of Sheamus versus Bronson Reed. So that is next week's preview. So that's going to be very interesting, guys. Brandon Seduth, you got to go to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube, and there is a poll on that channel, and you can go to the community tab post. You go to community tab, and on the community tab, guys, you could go on the Red Carpet Ring only on YouTube, not on Facebook, not on X, YouTube only, and you can vote there. Go to community tab, and you will see this particular question, and you can put your vote in. You either vote for Dominik Mysterio's in the wrong or Liv Morgan is in the wrong. But that's how you will vote. Go to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube, not just for you, Brandon, anybody. I blame single mothers. Ain't no way that will poll. There ain't no way that poll was on your all women's show. Nope, definitely not. But this is the next week's preview, guys. Now, we got 45 people watching on X. Now, I'm going to go to the bonus round. I'm gonna go to the bonus. We're gonna go to the bonus round soon. But now I want to get to my Raw rating. Let's get there first. We've been talking for quite some time. Let's get to the Raw rating. And my Raw rating is a 4 out of 5. A solid review. Very good, solid show. I like the this show actually. I like how this show. I like all the segments. I like the segments. The Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, of course, Rhea Ripley coming back. The only thing I didn't like is the whole a couple things I took points off for, and I'm gonna get to that too. After this, I'm going to go with Raw. I'll get to that in a second, but that will be only 4. I'll get to that in a second. But I gave it a 4 out of 5 for the segments. Great storyline, setup for Damian and Gunther. But I feel like some things are missing in place. So some things I didn't understand. I'll get to that with Raw, wrong with Raw. But other than that, the whole show was solid. Solid show. Don't get me wrong. Solid show. Especially after Money in the Bank. So I'm not taking nothing away from that. Nothing away by any means, guys. But like I said, very solid of how that went down. Also, too, I like how they set up the SummerSlam. You know, some matches were okay. Some matches were okay, you know, to say the least. It was all right. You know, it was all right. We'll say it's okay. You know, the Bronson Reed and Pete Dunne was good. The tag team matches were good. The Jay Uso, Chad Gable, all right. We'll take a point out for that. And some things I'm going to get into shortly, guys, like I said. But that was my grade, 4 out of 5. And now I'm going to go into the whole what went wrong with Raw. I'll get to that shortly. Yeah, people on X, come on the Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. Yeah, I thought that was funny, Brandon. I like how she shreds Dominik. And I like how he landed. Remember the tag match? He landed in between Liv's legs. Like I said, good match. Very good main event. You see how his face landed in the lap? Yeah, I can't wait for Netflix either, guys. You guys got me hyped talking about that right now. But let's get to the what went wrong with Raw. Let's get into that right now. We're going to get to that right now. And I'm going to go over a few things that went over wrong with Raw. First things, we'll see what went wrong. The Wyatt 6 interfered in a match between Chad Gable and Jay Uso at Raw, but not at Money in the Bank. I didn't like that. They was clearly coming for Jay and maybe Chad Gable. They could have interfered in the Money in the Bank match to make more sense. It would have made more sense for that to go down that way, but it didn't. And I thought if they interfered, it would have made more sense to the whole story of Jay Uso and Chad Gable, as they were both in the qualifying match. It would have helped it out if they were involved. So I thought that would have made more sense, but maybe that's just me. So I thought they should have interfered in the match. That's one thing I saw wrong in Monday Night Raw. I did not like. If we're getting this now match, how we move the match. Oh yeah, we're gonna get definitely a lot. But yeah, that was the issue I saw. The YS6 should have interfered. They should have made an impact at Money in the Bank. And definitely Money in the Bank needed it because it was average. Let's be honest. Definitely average. It would have made more sense with Jay and Money in the Bank to lose and Chad Gable losing if the Y6 had interfered. So I thought that would have made much more sense for that. Much more sense for that. You know, that would have been definitely undisputed.
And that is undisputed.
So that's another thing I saw wrong. Another thing I saw wrong, Damian Priest take a gentleman's agreement, but it's going to hurt Gunther's momentum as the number one contender for the world title. Remember, he did it in this segment here where he told Seth, after Seth agreed that he wouldn't go near the world title, Gunther said that, you know what, I'm going to lift the agreement. Then you made that snaky phone call to Rhea Ripley, but you're hurting Gunther's momentum because now everyone's feeling sorry for Damian because Damian's been botching as champion. And I feel like is Gunther's coming in, compete for the world title. I don't think he's going to have the momentum anymore because everyone's going to be focused on Damian so much and want Damian to retain his world championship. And like I said, bonus round, I will get more into that. I didn't like that part because Damian needs to prove himself as champion because he currently had botches in his matches. And I think that's what's leading to, and it's going to hurt Gunther in the process because I don't think Gunther will win at SummerSlam because Damian Priest, his lack thereof as a run as world champion. That's why I think it's going to hurt him. So those are things I saw wrong with Monday Night Raw, guys. That's the thing I saw wrong. And it sucks, but that's just the way things go sometimes. At least that's how I see it. But with that being said, though, that was all I have regarding the Rhea Ripley returns on WWE Raw, confronts Dominik Mysterio while Liv Morgan flees. And Liv will also turn on Dominik Mysterio since we talked about that. Since she fleed, that shows she's going to turn on Dom. But I'm going to get to the bonus round shortly. Now, we got 47 people at X. X, come on over to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. Red Carpet Ring YouTube if you want to check out the bonus round. Also, the same on Facebook. Come on over to YouTube. We're going to talk more about it. So everybody on Red Carpet Ring on X, come on over to the Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. Come on over, and we're going to talk more about the bonus round. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get to that shortly, though. Definitely get to that shortly. I want to see what the whole case is going to be. We're going to definitely talk about it. Yeah, we got a lot of people over there, so let's get over there. Let's get it going. I'm going to say our goodbyes to X because we are going to talk about Mr. Damian Priest as why is he over as a champion? We got to talk about that, guys. We definitely got to dive in on that one. We gonna dive in. We gonna dive in on that one. So come on over. You guys couple minutes, come on over to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. I see we got a lot of people over there, and we are going to get to the bonus round of why Damian is an overrated champion. What is the reason for that? So come on over. Come on over, guys. Let's get it going. All right, I give you guys time. Come on over. We're going to say our goodbyes to X right now. So you guys got to come over to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. All right, we're going to talk about why Damian is an overrated champion. Let's talk about it. Now, Damian, he's overrated because he has not won a championship defense match on his own. Let's be honest. He has not won a championship on his own. He always had interference. He always had, remember his match against, with Jay Uso at Backlash, someone interfered on his behalf, which was, we do know, was Judgment Day, Finn Balor mainly. We know that happened too. And of course, Clash at the Castle with CM Punk. And again, Money in the Bank with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre cashing in. I don't think Damian can win a championship on his own. I just don't see that. I don't see that happening with Damian Priest. And it's going to hurt. It has damage his stock as champion. Because now he's seen as a paper champion. That's the problem with Damian. He's seen as a paper champion. And that has definitely hurt his stock. It's hurt his stock. He's not valuable like he should be. He's not valuable at all, and it's definitely hurting him as a champ. And that I do not like with Damian. He is not seen as a main event. When I see Damian, I'm supposed to think of world champion. I'm thinking of someone that could be a very profitable champion, someone that's the main event, someone that I know this is the world champion he's going to represent. I don't see that with Damian. He is a paper champion. And that, with that being said, it puts him on the list.
You just made the list!
But this is not a good look for Damian. And Figure 4, shout out to him, Figure 4 TV. You called this out a long time ago. You said that Damian, even when he won a briefcase, he was not profitable as a champion. So you're right. Definitely. I just don't see it. I don't buy it to Damian as a world champion, and let alone that, not just that, not even a main eventer. Not a main eventer either. So I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening at all. Yeah, majority has short attention span. They will put the strap on someone. Here goes the Mars. This should be next holder. Yeah, you're right. Replaceable era. And I see that too. You see, good point. You said that Judgment Day storylines is similar to the Bloodline story. Just give different shows, give and take. Yeah, and I see it. And Damian Priest, speaking of which, he's a knockoff Roman, saying all rise. And speaking of which, he's botched a lot during his world title matches. Look at here where he botched the title. Look at these two instances here. Look, at first at Clash at the Castle, he got his leg caught in the rope. And this was versus Drew McIntyre. That was a botch. We could say it was production. We could say Jay Cargill did it too. But Jason Newcomer, Damian's a veteran. He should know better. And look here at Money in the Bank that just happened. Remember, Damian was supposed to kick out, but he didn't. And I saw how Triple H and us were feeling sorry for him, and he's having a pity title run. Remember, it's just sad how they're treating this run. This is not a real run as champion. Remember, Seth said this too in me to feel sorry for Damian. He said, "Oh, Damian, you gotta be good. You gotta be great as world champion. You're good, but you gotta be great as champion." That was his way of having pity on Damian. And we saw this. Triple H had pity on him during the press conferences. It's a pity title run, meaning everyone feels sorry for Damian. They have sympathy for him because they know he's been botching. Damian's a likable person, and I think that's what's happening to him now. This is what despite the botching, everyone feels sorry for Damian. And this is not a good look at all for him. And I believe as well that another thing's going on with Damian Priest. I think too that he was promised a title run, and I think a good point is he was also to get back at Edge, who started the Judgment Day with him, because Edge had his disagreements of how they was running the Judgment Day storyline, which ultimately led Edge getting put out of Judgment Day and become a babyface. I know Ed said because they didn't have no baby faces because Cody was hurt and Orton was hurt on Monday Night Raw, but it was also due to disagreements with how the Judgment Day storyline was being ran. That's another reason why he became a baby face and he feuded with Judgment Day instead of aligning himself with them. But Damian Priest became a world champion and he started Judgment Day with Edge before Dom and Rhea and Finn Balor, all of that. He was pretty much the beginning members of the Judgment Day. But other than that, Damian is a paper champion. I do not see this man as a profitable champion. He's a paper champion. He does not sell out any arenas. He does not do anything dope as far as a great promo. He's okay on promo, but he's not the champion that you're paying money to see. When you guys go to WWE shows, when you go and see a main event, a world champion, are you guys all honestly the ones who do go to the shows? Are you paying to see Damian Priest? Are you paying to see him in the main event? Do you want to see him? No, you want to see other people like the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, or Drew McIntyre, and especially CM Punk. You are not going to see El Champion. And nothing too, while we on that, Damian is a ripoff, guys. I'm sorry to say he's a ripoff. Look how he carries himself in the segments here. You know how he calls himself El Champion? I'm sorry, but he is a ripoff, and he's a ripoff of a legend that is a guy that's been a multiple time world champion, Chris Jericho. I think he's more of a ripoff of anything. If you guys remember, you know they call Damian Priest El Champion.
El Campeon is it?
El Champion sounds a lot familiar to what Chris Jericho used to call himself. If you guys remember.
So Le Champion is in Champagne.
El Champion sound a lot like Le Champion, like Chris Jericho. So all this Damian, you know what you did, Damian. We know where you got that angle from. You know what you did.
I didn't know that. You know what you did. I know what you're talking about. I swear and swear. You know what you're a legend, man.
Yeah, he's a ripoff of Chris Jericho with the El Champion, which is the Le Champion. See, Vega 4 TV gets it. And they already looked at Damian as a stigma. They already was calling you a alternative look of Undertaker. They already called you the alternative look of Undertaker. And Drew McIntyre kind of said it too. And Drew McIntyre also called Damian a paper champion. He called him that too. Now, not just the look, you botching matches, and now you copying off, rip off Chris Jericho and the whole All Rise. That sounds a lot like Acknowledge Me, Roman Reigns. That's what it sounds a lot like, guys. So Damian he's a fraud, but he's not a good fraud. See, it's one thing of stealing some content, stealing some things, and making it your own and sound good. Like LA Knight, he's a mix up of The Rock, Stone Cold, Ric Flair, and he's done very well with that. Damian, when he does it, not so much. Not so much with Damian. I don't see it with him. So it's not a good look for him. I'm sorry to say that. Not a good look at all for Damian. And like I said, I can just tell at this point, people feel sorry for Damian at this point, guys. I'm sorry. They feel sorry for this man. They don't want him to be oh my God, he's such a great champion and all that such. No. They don't. They're not. They have pity on him, and this is why his world title run is not the best. This is why his world title is lackluster and is very, very mid at best, average at best, mid at best, how you want to call it. And I think that whenever he do lose his world title, whether it's in a 4-way triple threat, Gunther, whoever beats him, he's not gonna get a crack back at this world title. He's not gonna get another opportunity this world title. I know he's a Triple H guy. Triple H believes in him, and people like Damian. I like Damian. He has a good wrestling skill. He's good in the ring. I like the style of Heaven choke slam. I like how he can move in the ring. He's agile, but he botches when it counts the most, and that's a big issue for me. And I don't think it's going to ultimately lead to already what's getting questionable title run. It's going to lead to a very long, dry, boring title run. And people going to look at you weird now, so they don't want that. And then that's going to put Damian on a lot of people's list.
You just made the list!
So this is not a good look for Damian. I'm sorry, not a good look at all. So I don't see it. I'm sorry, I just don't see it with Damian. I don't see it, guys. I'm sorry, but not sorry. But Damian, I know he's been champion since WrestleMania. I know he is doing his best to make this a prestigious title. He's doing his best to make sure that it's a respectable title. I get all of that. I really do. But Damian's not holding up his end of the bargain. And I don't think he just don't have it. I'd rather have the championship go to Drew McIntyre WrestleMania instead of Damian Priest, because he's closing in now. Damian at this point, he's had the title now for 91 days, approximately 3 months. And in 3 months, I haven't seen nothing impressive or nothing stellar of this title run. Maybe you guys in live chat can let me know on the playback. I haven't seen nothing stellar of this title run. He's been champ for 3 months. Nothing special about this run. Nothing. So he needs to step it up. If not, it's no good. He's transitioning to a babyface now anyway. And you got to keep up with a babyface run, and the whole Judgment Day crumbling. I just don't see it, guys. I don't see it. I just don't. I don't see nothing profitable or worthy of Damian Priest's title run. I'd rather him not, instead of Drew not having a failed cash in, it should have been Damian Priest. Now I'm looking back, hindsight 2020, it should have been Damian with the failed cash in, not Drew. Drew would have been a definitely better world champion. We seen Drew as world champion, especially now since had very elite mic skills now, and he has a different character than he was when he was the WWE champion. I'd rather seen that with Damian, but I get it. They want to give everybody a chance of being world champion. You don't want to have the same men having a world championship. I get that too, but Damian is a project fail. This is not a success story. Fail. Now maybe I think Damian's the best mid-carder at that, having an Intercontinental or United States champion, and he was a previously United States champion. I don't see Damian in the world title picture unless he goes back to the mid-card after he loses this championship. He works on a character, works on his skills, mic skills, everything. Don't botch in the ring, get better, recondition himself, and maybe if he get back to the main event scene, maybe, just maybe he will be seen as a serious world champion again. Maybe he does get better, but I just don't see that right now. So that's all I have regarding. Other than that, that's all I have regarding bonus round. Why Damian is over a champion. You guys in the live chat and in our playback and comment section, let me know, what do you think of Damian run as champion? Do you think he has what it takes to be a good, profitable world champion, or is his run, like I've seen, has been lackluster and it's not lived up to the expectation as it should? Soon to videos will pop up. One will be Money in the Bank 2024 review. Next video will be biggest mistakes of Money in the Bank. I appreciate you guys coming out. You guys already know what it is. It's OUT.